Welcome back, everyone, to the first game of day 2, stage 2, Polaris, and we're going to be heading into the second map shortly. That's going to be Ascent, and it's actually Heet's pick. So, you know, if you take maths into consideration, that might mean that they're actually more comfortable on this map, but they did take the win on Split, which was Finest pick. MP, are you a little worried?
I'm a little worried for Finest, yeah. I think Heet has been looking really good in this Ascent, and when Finest, obviously on the old roster with Bunker, Yasin, and Machina, they had 55% win rate on Ascent. It's not the best. I think that was from the last 3 to 4 months. So looking into this Heat roster, they have 3-0 already from qualifier stage and the promotional tournament. They're looking really strong on that map. I think Heat is looking really, really good going in their map pick. And their composition as well in that map is one of the things I love about Heat on that map. KO, Killjoy, Omen, Sova, and Jet. Not too complicated, but bringing in that KO just allows them some freedom. Maybe if enemy has that Killjoy as well, you have those KO fragment lineups that you can destroy the Killjoy ultimate, you can deny the Killjoy abilities with the dagger, and all of those freedoms that KO allows. Even the flash drive for the Jet is really good for that Heat's roster in Ascent. So I think Finest are in bit of a trouble in Ascent.
When looking at Ascent and looking about Tundra's statistics at it last time around in Polaris during stage 1, they actually had quite a good win rate. They had 57%, and this was back when we had Machina. He would play that Sage, and he actually had a really good synergy coming through with Yasin on the Jet, where they would go for that mid-aggression, whether it was on the attacking or on the defensive side, where Machina, if we're being completely honest, he has some TikTok Sage wall lineups coming through. Like, the fact that he would be able to kind of put a wall up, then both him and Yasin would actually use that sound cue to then drop. This then allows them to get into the back of CT. They were able to get a couple of picks like that time and time again. He even has a lot of lineups wall lineups when it comes to getting onto a site. And I think this is that creativity that Finest will of course still have, because they still have those 3 players, but is that going to be enough to deal with, for example, the likes of Heat? Because we saw they're just as good at being creative, they're just as good if not better at adapting, and they really know how to perform under pressure, because time and time again Finest would have that advantage in terms of manpower, in terms of sheer numbers, and it actually wouldn't work out for them.
Yeah, and one of the scariest things I think of Heat is that even before Echoes was on the lineup, they had 83 win percent in Ascent. Now, one of the things that you brought up was this Sage. One of the things that I'm thinking, are they actually going to go for the Sage again? Or are they going to put Machina on that chamber? Are they going to put that Killjoy on the side? I think that might be an interesting thing to have, that chamber right there, maybe some freedom with the operator, having chamber pushing like a B main on defensive side, holding A main, holding that mid even with the Tour de Force or operator. That could be really, really good for them. I wonder how rest of the players could go about. Maybe Kix going for that Sage. Maybe they will still have the Sage. Kix is really good on flexing that as well. Maybe going for the Breach, Sky. I'm interested to see what the dynamic is here in the composition, because I think this Finest roster, they are switching up a lot of their compositions. Even though they don't have this, or they didn't have the Breach in this map, I think the composition is not going to stay the same with the Killjoy, Omen, Sage, Sova, and Jet.
So my question to you, MP, here is specifically regarding the chamber. We saw Machina picking the chamber last game specifically, and I would say it was a little underwhelming in terms of the use of the Tour de Force, in terms of the use of the operator, in terms of using that trademark and getting back to safety. It wasn't what I was expecting to see. So if the chamber does come through, we're going to be having a look right about now. It's actually not going to be picked up by either one of these teams. So never mind, I was going to say whether or not that chamber could have a significant impact on the game. But instead, I think we are looking at a mirror matchup again.
Yes, absolutely. I love these mirror matchups. I'm actually kind of surprised that they both go for this Killjoy. I mean, it's good. It's good on this map. But when you have more and more of this KO that could come into play, it's kind of hard maybe playing the Killjoy on side because the KO is on the enemy. But then again, if you have the chamber, the KO can deny so much of your aggressive pushes. So it's kind of 50-50 which you want to pick. And both of these teams actually opting to go for the Killjoy. I'm kind of surprised Machina going for the Killjoy. But yeah, like you said, it was kind of underwhelming the chamber performance in last map. I think part of it was Heet just playing out the KO utility, playing out the KO with or chamber with the KO utility. It was hard for Machina just to get those picks, get those angles, and also Machina missing a few of those operator shots. So I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested to see if Yasin is actually gonna go for the operator in this map. And yeah, that was kind of crucial part for Finest as well. Machina didn't quite connect us.
Yeah, again, you have the Yasin on the Jet, you have kicks on the KO, and that's something that they were really good at using back when they had the previous roster on Tundra. They're really good at playing off of each other's util, so I'm looking forward to see how that's going to be playing out. Omen locked in for both teams as well. Really interesting to see whether or not it's going to be played aggressively, whether they're going to be using that Paranoia Shrouded Step to actually get into each other's faces rather than playing it passively. And that is the aggressive play coming through from the side of Finest, and Destructive does manage to find 2 picks of his own, but in the meantime, 2 members have dropped as well. Waddle and Eccles are down. Yasin and Kid's no longer in the picture either. Take Destructive out of that as well, and the numbers advantage already secured in a pistol round by Heet.
Yeah, and the spike retreat, that was huge, huge from Destructive. If he was able to have that spike right there when his teammates are pushing Bunker and Machina, it could have been huge, but look at this. Is the timing perfect? I think KILLYJOY doesn't get spotted, but Monstrum will. That potentially means that B side is open for Heet. They don't know it quite yet.
Yeah, Heet's going to be more than comfortable getting onto the site. They're going to have to clear out both houses, but that is pretty standard. And they have spotted at least one of the players, so now that they hear both of them, they are aware that's going to be a push coming through from Market. Bot set up, trying to help out with something. That could be like their 3rd player on a pistol round. And although there's a flash coming through, Machina does get the pick, but it's not going to be enough. KILLYJOY claps back. Pistol round secured by Heet.
Machina, literally the whole time he was shooting, he was full flashed right there. Didn't see a glimpse of Monstrum, but still somehow hits the head, and Monstrum doesn't quite connect. And yeah, that was really good round from Heet. Getting those 2 picks at the start of the round, getting that 1 pick from A main and lowering Destructive's HP was huge for Remo to be able to retrieve that spike and able to push that round over to 3 versus 2. Heet getting the first pistol round on attack is already really good for them. This is all you need, the attacking rounds.
Spectre's coming through, and they're already doing quite a lot as one player's already been taking out. And KILLYJOY with the Guardian in the mix, shaking it up a little, you know, looking to do a bit more damage than he might be expecting a Spectre to do. So far, starting off strongly, and again, they go towards A, they get a pick, they back off. They're rotating towards mid, they're going towards B. They don't feel like they have to commit once they have that initial pick down.
Yeah, they know that there has been at least 3 players on A side, so they rather rotate towards this B side. I know that at least Machina is here with the Killjoy turret. Honker as well, assisting right here. It shouldn't be too much for Heet. They have the better guns, and Monstrum opening it up. Honker should be fairly fast cleared on the side.
The Molly's going to delay them just a bit more, but it's not enough, as KILLYJOY is going to be able to dash onto site. A couple of picks taken along the way.
30 seconds
Comfortably going to get the spike down. Haven't lost a member as of yet, and Waddle actually hasn't even bought, so that is going to be more than enough resources available for next round. And Yasin's going to be activating the dash. He's going to have to dash again because the Molly is being thrown at them, but Eccles again doing what Eccles is best at, wrapping all the way around and forcing them into such an awkward position. Side quest flawless, well deserved from Heet.
Yeah, absolutely. He's playing it to a perfection right there. They don't need to risk anything. They don't need to go for that 3-player stack in A side. Even though they got the first pick, they don't need to rush. They just want to go together as a team to a side that is not stacked. Yeah, sure, sometimes it can be a gamble rotating to the other side because the enemy team has faster rotations. They could be already waiting there, but that paid off for Heet. And just taking those duels really, really well as a team was so good. Yasin going for aggressive B main push. That's good information for them already. And look at, I think it's Bunker who already starting to rotate towards this A side.
Yeah, Echoes will be spotted out by the knife as it's been suppressed for a bit, so they do have some form of information. Shrouded Step's gonna allow Destruct to get back safety, and a flash is gonna come through. 4 members no longer able to see what they can do, and Monstrum is the one that's gonna be walking away with the pick. Destructive is going to be able to get the trade through, but Ramoy is also doing so much on his own. Bonkar is not going to be able to connect those shots, and the Classic is all Machina needs to take 1 player down. But it's a 2v3. Ultimate invested from the side of Ramoy, and they have to clear this now or never. They can't even get onto the spike because KILLYJOY is not going to let them. Yasin trying to get into hell, but it's not enough. Ramoy with the Guardian doing so incredibly much, and it was the buy round.
Yeah, and he getting so much done there. One thing I noticed that Machina, he forgot to buy on last round. He had Classic when peeking short. He got the kill though. He got the kill and retrieved the rifle there. But it's so good attack. Kicks, good pick. But Monstrum having that fragment straight under Kix's feet is so good because there's so many targets that Kix has to focus. He cannot quite kill any of them. And meanwhile, Dex takes so much damage from that fragment to get killed. And Remo is just dominating these players. Yasin, once again, gaining some ground. This time in mid. Heet just fully focusing on that B main. Going together against this save round, essentially.
Yeah, wrapping around, trying to find them. Let's see if they can do some damage, but it's not going to be enough because Heet has absolutely expected this. Finest did this last game as well, where they went on an equal round. They were pushing as a 5-man, looking to wrap around, and Heet reading into that perfectly. He's already dropped a member from the side. Finest Yasin no longer in the picture. Destructive taken down as well. Ramoy doing so much, just holding on these angles for as long as he can, and that's all they need. They already have the plant down. Kix is taken out as well. Members are dropping like flies, and it's Bonkar left by himself, suppressed. His location reveal. He has a share of 45 HP, 2 shock darts. What can he do? Nothing.
Well, I mean, there's nothing Bunker can do right there. The smoke is there and they know exactly where Bunker is. He's just gonna get spammed right there, and Heet already leading 4-0 in the attacking round. And if we take into consideration how they played this Ascent in qualifiers and in the promotional tournament, these 4 rounds could very well be good enough for them. They had 74% win rate on defensive rounds. So that is pretty good. When going on the defensive side, if you win 74% of those rounds, that's pretty good. That's like, what, 9 rounds? Yeah,
I don't do maths. I definitely not on broadcast because I'm not good at it, so I'm not even gonna try and help you. But you're right.
9 rounds would be good enough for this team.
Ooh, the dash! Instead of dashing back, he dashes out of the smoke, and that's a free pick for Heet. Yasin dash, the jet not paying off, and that is the operator gone.
That is huge, Yasin. Going for aggression, which I appreciate. I love that you go for aggression, but sometimes it might be just a little bit too much. You might be trying way too much. This is a problem that we see in few teams. They try too much when they're losing. And no, come on. Coming into the side, Heet should be able to take this fairly easy. No Killjoy utility can be used. Well, no need for the utility.
He's going to be dashing off the side. He's going to take a player out himself, and the rest can be coming through if they want to bring Monstrum back to life. Paranoia is going to be hovered as well, looking to get some space onto side. Machina finishing Monstrum off. It's going to give them the opportunity to get the lockdown online. It's going to be put down. Glass is broken. Some info is going to be shared, but Machina is on an absolute tear. KILLYJOY is taken out as well, and now the members are in a bit of a pickle as they have to fight these players, and at the same time take into consideration that the time is ticking. The lockdown is going, 2 are detained. Machina is gonna be able to come through with the defuse.
Oh,
they
no.
have to run, it's now or never. They need to go for it, but Machina single-handedly clutching that round. The pick is gonna be coming through, but that's not enough.
There's not quite enough time to get that lockdown as well. Look at Remo's stats, 12-0. What is going on? Machina just knows exactly. I can just stick this. Just both players are detained. Good effort from Heet for Finest with that lockdown. Are able to just barely win this round. I think Remo was so close of getting that ultimate away as well. Still a little bit too far. Heet, or Finest rather, winning a round, but the buy is still scrappy.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get that economy on the wraps eventually because, you know, yes, you win the round, but if it's not a clean win, you're not gonna be able to hold on to any of those rifles. And again, as we're saying and as we're seeing the Bulldog, the Judge come through, even a Spectre, some of these players as well as light armor, not an ideal scenario that you want to find yourself in, but at least they put themselves on the board. They got some momentum, they can build off of it.
Absolutely. Yasin holding with that Judge on B lobby. They don't want to give that orb to Remo. But he actually is just taking control of mid and deciding that they want to pressure this mid. They want to pressure the market, and this allows Finest to take some more control on B main. That could be dangerous. Spike still left on short. I don't think this is a committing. I think they just want to take some control. Maybe leave one player behind when attacking to A side or B side.
Yep, some control gain in mid, and they back off right away. A couple of warning shots being fired, and that's the Hunter's Fury coming online from Waddle, trying to tag out a couple of players. Will be able to find Kicks. Kicks gonna be able to happy feet and dance right out of it. He's gonna be walking into the molly, does find Nguyen and finds Echoes at Monstrum. 3k down for Kicks, saving this round, and that is Remoy forgetting to check his angles. Flawless coming through from Finest, and we said they had to win these rounds convincingly, and they delivered.
Wow, Kicks just tripling up his kills. Clutching out that round with the Spectre. Just pop flash through, I think it was, yeah, own molly. And the Nano Swarm from his teammate. And Kicks is just sitting in that Nano Swarm. It's not doing enough damage to take him out. And Kicks with a perfect flash, perfect execution through that smoke, is able to bring the second round for Finest. A bit better buy with 4 or 5 rifles for Finest and Heet. They have to settle. We're going into this B split, and this is gonna be a little bit faster than last round.
Yeah, switching up the tempo is something that they need to be doing. They're being caught a couple of times, and once again, Kicks with the flash, the spray coming through, taking off the kneecaps, but eventually they are gonna be put down. Bunkar joining the firing squad, and once again Waddle left to his own devices. Gonna have to make this work, but this is the switch up that we were talking about. Finest need to adapt, they need to go quicker, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, and that is exactly Kicks. Maybe bringing some momentum into this team. Getting those multi-kills is so huge. Able to pop through those smokes. Maybe he getting a little bit overconfident in these rounds. Not even playing anti-flash when going against Kicks. Not playing anti-flash when going through a smoke. Waddle still trying to create something into this round, but doesn't quite get anything. Bunker, Machina swinging from mid while he's focusing onto Yasin in Pizza. And Finest almost able to bring it back to evens. 3-4 round score right now, and Kicks is just doing some good damage onto Heet right now.
Do you like pizza?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Can you order me one?
Wait, this is a really important question. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
No, not really. Sometimes
Okay.
I do eat it. It's not okay. I don't take it out. If I get a pizza with pineapple, I don't take it out.
Well, the paranoia isn't like gonna be taking out anyone either. Updraft's gonna be coming through. Dashing onto site is gonna be spotted though. Yasin's gonna be able to take Waddle out, but KILLYJOY and Monstrum are doing so much work for the team themselves. And Destructive holding onto logs does find one, but Remoy with the trade. The spike is down, but so is Kicks. They're gonna have to go and retrieve it. Machina taking KILLYJOY out of the picture. Eccles is left once again. He's gonna have to make this work.
Oh no,
KILLYJOY
he went-
ult has been invested.
Went
He's
into the
actually-
line of kicks.
Gonna be able to get out of it. Now needs to get that plan down, but Machina's gonna be going for the peak, and they're ready for it. But Machina is quicker to the trigger, finishes the round 4-4. It's tied up once again.
Machina basically on a 1 versus 3 situation right here. Kicks may be able to give some information, obviously down in null command. Sees the players, which allows Machina to get all of those picks. First gets, I think it was Remo who gets taken out, then gets a second pick. Allows him to get that lockdown as well and force Eccles all the way onto the side, which allows him to get some ground. And Eccles is just not ready for that pick. Machina is faster. Bunker, no, Yasin actually. Killing this operator. Holding down the B-Link. Don't think any of Heet is gonna peek that.
Take flight.
No need to peek an operator. Don't have to try peek it, but that is the Owl drone taken down immediately. It's gonna be tagged out in mid, so they have a feeling as to where Heat wants to play. An aggressive push coming out as well from B main. They're gonna be backing off right away. And Heat decide that maybe A is where they want to conquer this time around.
It seems to be the right decision. Sure, you have Machina's KILLYJOY utility there. You have Yasin's operator, but there's only 2 players. You just throw some utility. Maybe connect Monstrum's dagger onto Machina. The KILLYJOY utility is really, really useless.
KILLYJOY old invested this time around. Machina's gonna be able to walk out of it and stay in heaven, but that's 100 Fury destroying it right away. 2 integral pieces of util no longer available for both of these teams. They're gonna be able to find Machina as well, as he was tucked away in hell. He does take 1 down with him. Oh, the operator taken out of Yasin's hand. Shock Dart's gonna come through. Not gonna connect with Bonkar. He's playing out of the smoke. The dash away back to safety from King Green is gonna save his life. The spike is gonna be planted. And 2 players from Finest, they need to take on 4 of Heat.
Yeah, and smokes are up. People holding that Waddle with a dart. Doesn't quite spot either one of those players. And Bunker, they're still trying to go for it. Destructive finds one, but it's not enough when Remo and Waddle is alive. It gets Eccles out of the process as well, but he finally gets that 5th round. Finally is able to steal a round away from Finest. Finest to 4-round streak. And looking to come back this on the defensive side. Heat, they secure the 5th round. That is already huge for Heat. The 4 rounds even was maybe good enough. Anything from here on out is just a plus, and Gingoyen knows exactly what Yasin wants to do. Wants to go for that aggressive operator peeker, like he has been doing already this match.
Yeah, Heat are turning it up a bit. They have lost a couple of rounds in a row, but they're looking to get that momentum. It's gonna be dashing onto site, and Destructive finds 2 through the smoke. And that's why you spam smokes, kids. It's easy. It works out just like that. 3 members have dropped, and they haven't even taken any space or pressure as of yet. Machina wrapping around, looking to punish them. This is them taking a page out of Heat's book.
X. Getting Remoy, clearing up Monstrum, and yeah, Destructive really living up to his name right there. Holding the logs position, is able to get some help with the recon bolt. Just spot Kingoy in the smoke. Decides, nah, I'm not gonna bother. Let's take battle in between right there and then focus up on the Kingoy and takes him out as well. I find it, they are not letting Heat get away with it this time. 5 evens. Kingoyen 1 away from that orb. They want to farm it in A lobby to get that Bladestorm online on the next round. Waddle 1 away from Hunt's Fury as well. Look at this mid aggression.
Mid aggression coming through again. Both of these teams tying it up one after the other. They don't want to give each other any form of advantage, and that is trolls being popped. King is going to be able to spot out whether or not there's any players, and that's exactly the case. They get on the A side comfortably, no contesting, but after the spike has been planted, you still have to deal with 5 of their players, and you're losing your jet. There's quite a few things that you need to be working on. They still have all their util available. They haven't contested you as of yet. A lot of things to be taken into consideration. The paranoia Yassine is gonna be peeking regardless of the fact that he's blind. He's gonna give Monster an opportunity to go for it. He gets one, gets the other. 10 HP left, looking to take this further, but Destructive puts an end to his rampage. Equalizing the playing field's a little bit better, but 10 HP left for Bonkar. Destructive does take one himself from Moy. It's gonna be the one left defending. Time's ticking and there's not enough time to go for that defuse.
Oh, no.
And that's what I said. That bot, it's literally gonna be another player on your team.
Yeah, you literally have to shoot it. You can't do that. And I'm surprised he doesn't peek Bonko right there. Bonko is pinged in the recon bolt monster. Just amazing bigs. Literally a monster right there. Getting those 3 picks was crucial for Heet on that round. Holding down that door, yeah, gets traded, but 3 picks already. So much that Heet is on 3 versus 2. Finest equalizing it on a 1 versus 1, but doesn't quite have the time to have the defuse, and in the end, that turret takes them out. Once again, Finest. Mid presence is huge.
Ooh, Yassine is going to be pushing out aggressively, and no one seems to be holding for it as if he had Waddle the only one, but does get taken out, and so is Eccles. That's a lot of advantage gained by Yassine just off of the back of that aggressive push, and they haven't found a single member yet from the side of Finest. Ramoy low on HP, looking to try and do something. KILLYJOY pushing out aggressively, trying to equalize this, but it's not working out for them as of yet. He gets taken out by kicks instead, leaving Monsterman Ramoy to be the ones dealing with this. Yes, they have the plan down. All they need to do is play time for as long as they possibly can. Destructive isn't going to be taken down by Ramoy. The shots don't connect. 3 players detected by the side of Monster, but what can he do? They're running him down from every single angle possible, and they're going to be able to get the defuse through.
Fine is surprisingly good on this defensive side. It started as a 4-0. Heat was looking so good, just dominating. Then Finest slowly coming back, slowly getting that 4th round on the board, then bouncing back between rounds between Heat and Finest. And 6-6 is gonna be the score when Heat is going on the defensive side. We said this on Split. We said this for this Ascent, that the defensive side is most likely gonna be the better side for Heat. These 6 rounds, it should be well enough. But Split was already a mess. It was so attack-sided for these teams, and Finest, they could still have a chance, even with 6 rounds on this Ascent. They need to win this pistol to start with it.
Yeah, we said that this could be one of those matches that gets pushed to the 3rd map, and so far, yes, Split wasn't the strongest performance coming through from Finest, but they're really showing up right now. They're really showing that this is one of their maps that, even though it's not their own pick, they're still comfortable on it. And they've already been able to get the spike down.
Yeah, it's so fast. They get the side so free, so much utility coming in. And he just deciding to get it as a retake. 2 players starting to flank that A main position, but look at that. Machina already holding there. Already holding, maybe able to delay some time.
Yeah, shock darts are gonna do just a little, not too much, but you have to wait for the rest of the team to wrap around, and that's exactly what they're doing. They don't want to push out aggressively on their own. They're waiting for the flank to be coming through. It's gonna get them a couple of players, but they're losing just as many in the process. It's a back and forth between these players, and Waddle is now the only one left. Gets taken out himself. There's no time to come through for the defuse. There's no one to get the defuse through, and that means that Finest are gonna be walking away with a pistol round.
Yeah, Finest played that to perfection. They knew that there was people flanking from A main. They knew that there was at least one. And when they saw the second player in A main, Machina taken out, they knew that the A short, it was weak. 3 players sitting in one smoke, and there's nothing he could do for that. And that is 3 room control fully for Finest. Also rotating all the way heaven, and the 1 versus 3 situation becomes impossible for Heat.
He's gonna have to back off. The paranoia is forcing him out of his position. This time they took the gamble on the A side. 5-man stack coming through from the side of Heat, and it does seem to be paying off as of now. It's just a matter of whether or not Finest decide to commit. They've thrown out the paranoia. And that's the owl drone that they're looking to invest as well. just playing this a little slow, working in, gets a bit too trigger happy, gets punished for that early aggression to be coming through, as they do have Spectres and Guardians in the mix rather than just Classic that likely isn't going to be working out. Kicks, Yassine, Bunker, and Destructive, each taking one apiece. And you blink, and you miss it. Did you blink, MP?
Yeah, I think I blinked right there.
Let's forget about this round then.
Yeah, what happened?
Didn't happen.
4-player or 5-player stack rather on that A side. That is just beautiful from Finest. I'm surprised they lost only one player. Yeah, Machine left with like 20 HP, good damage given from Heet, but only one player killed right there with a 5-player stack is huge for Finest. And now, this is a good advantage for Finest, getting those 2 pistol rounds. They're able to get that 8th round. They're maybe able to contest this Ascent.
Heet has to win this one specifically if they want to start closing that gap a little bit further, but it's one of the things that we saw. Like, even Finest last time around, they lost the pistol round, they weren't able to win that 3rd round coming through. So, looking to see how Heet is going to be playing this. Finest, they don't want to be pushing it out too aggressively. Decide to go for a rotation after some initial noise on A. But the members from Heet, they're still holding on to their positions.
Yeah, there's no reason for over rotations right now. They trust Remoy fully to take hold of this B side. Trying to get some control of mid. Some information, and KILLYJOY seems to be pushing with Echoes, maybe getting a contact on B. And now the information comes through. It's a lot of people. Maybe coming into B, but no. Finest, they're playing with Heet right now, but 35 seconds on the clock. It's not gonna be too much.
They have to commit. It's now or never, looking to go through 3, but already
30 seconds left.
KILLYJOY is ready as Monstrum. They have that fire set up. They can wait for it. They have the util available. They're going to be able to dash to safety. Finds the first. Is going to get smoked off. Monstrum does get one, and although Kicks is going to be able to take the jet out, Monstrum still has quite a peculiar position. Is going to have to get the flash. Not going to take out a player. Kicks and Destructive, however, they're doing exactly what they should be doing. Members are dropping from the side of Heet, and they're in a bit of a pickle. The plant has been going down while it gets taken out, and Remoy is the only one left. This was their buy round.
All of a sudden, Finest is looking really, really good in this Ascent. This was one of the rounds that Heet had to win. Remoy is still available, or alive rather. Bunker, Kicks. Both playing the same position under hell. Kicks 8 HP.
Who's looking to go for the pick, does find one still. One player has to go for it now. Actually manages to connect the shot to Kicks. He's gonna be going for the defuse.
And
Question is,
there's time.
There should be enough time. He's gonna have it, but that's so expensive.
Not even close.
Not even close. Like, what are you talking about?
Wow. Even though Remo won that round, Finest with that bite, that was really, really harsh round. And they pull it somehow to their favor. Even losing 2 players at the start of the round, being able to pull that 3 versus 5 off almost is really, really huge. And as you said, 4 rifles gone on the side of Heet. Look at that. 2 Guardians, 2 Spectres. It's not too good when Finest has full set of rifles.
Yeah, it's the run and gun for me.
I mean, I guess they're good. I guess they're good if you bring KILLYJOY in the mix.
Yeah, you have the Guardian on KILLYJOY, does manage to take out 1 player. 4 left that they have to be dealing with. Don't have the best of firepower available. They do have the right gun buddy, which is really nice. Thanks for giving me 1 MP. I appreciate it.
No. By the way, if you want that,
no. You're the one who
Jimmy.
gave it to me. You gave it to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Stop lying. If you guys want one, you know, MP's your guy. Reach out. He's got a couple laying around. Perks of being verified on Twitter. The perks of being Yassine is you find the player right away. Equalizing the numbers. Forcing Heet in a bit of an awkward position. Finest does take out Echoes as well. IGL no longer in play this time around from the side of Heet, and they have to decide where they want to go. They do have that spike to be coming down. How do they want to play this? Fewer members, fewer gunfire power. And that's every single member dropped except Monstrum. He's going to be having to deal with this all by himself. Finds one. gonna be going for the save, wants to go for the hero play, doesn't work out. Yassine tying this up, and they're only one round off double digits.
Yeah, Finest actually looking really, really good right now. Most likely gonna get that 10-7 score. Look at Heat's economy. It's not great. Remoy may be able to buy some hero stuff there. Calls for a Seraph and half shield. You can do some stuff with that. Remoy actually dropping monstrous numbers right there. 22 and 8. And 16 rounds have been played. Been on fire this whole match. Can he do something with the Seraphs?
Can they make this work? They have just Sheriffs in their hands, and Destructive's gonna be taking out one, takes out another. On an absolute tear this map specifically. He's doing so much for the team. He's playing that Omen, but he's getting picks every single time he turns his crosshair to someone's forehead.
I swear it's Turkish firepower destructive.
Built diff.
Absolutely. That is the case for these Turkish players. They are so good. They are so good. If you challenge them in an aim battle, there's no chance you win.
What's the secret? We need to know.
Yeah,
Us mere mortals would love to know.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh. And he would love to know what it would be like to be on double digits right now. On split, but that's a flawless on the sense, but that's a flawless coming through. And it looks like so Finest, they lose their map pick. Heat looking incredibly shaky on their own.
Yeah, this seems like it's going back and forth. We have seen this from few of these teams, and Heat maybe calling for a timeout. Doesn't quite specify which team, but it should be Heat's timeout right now. They're going for the full buy. Nothing has been really working out for them in this defensive side. They have only gained one round. That is not good when you're on the defensive side of this ascent. And yeah, no, it's Heat timeout. Not a good one.
Yeah. No, can I swap co-casters, please? I don't like it here. Get me out. I'm held hostage.
When you look at both of these teams' ultimate economy, they are so good, and this next round is gonna be Observer's nightmare, I swear. 4 ultimates for the side of Finest, Machina, 1 away from the Killjoy lockdown. Probably gonna go for the orb. Then 3 ultimates on the side of He. Okay, I'm not gonna use that anymore. And Battle equals 2 away from their ultimates, so it's gonna be a lot of trouble.
MP? Are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? No?
No, I'm not.
Well, Heat isn't okay either, because they have to figure out how they're gonna want to try and close the gap, because this is what we saw as well with Fidus, is once Heat got into those double digits, they were so incredibly comfortable. Hunter's Fury is going to be coming out. That's the first ult coming through. The first trade as well. Echoes gets traded for kicks. Both of these members are going to be dropping. Yassine and Echoes no longer going to be in the picture. And that's some util being thrown at their faces by Machina, looking to hold on to the side for as long as he possibly can. Spike is going to be moving his way. And KILLYJOY looking to stop Machina for as long as he possibly can, but it's just not working out in their favor. The strategies that they have available just aren't doing what they should be. And Finest, they're even going to be popping that Killjoy ult. They're going to be walking away with the site. And Bunkar is walking away with a free pick on Monstrum. There's no one available for the trade.
Look at this. There's only Destructive on site. The spike is planted already. This could be really hard. And all command invested. 3 players, 2 players coming from that B main, and Destructive able to delay this long enough maybe.
Take some Bunkar now. On a level playing field in terms of numbers, make that, scrap that completely. Finest 11-7 on Heat's map pick. And, you know, Heat, they just bought.
Yeah, and they don't have the economy. They have to keep Finest the 12th round. Sure, they go for the Blade Storm. They try to get something with that. But it's really unlikely that Heat will get much done. Looking at the Finest roster and how they're playing right now, it's really tough to face this team right now. And 7-11. We got that. We got
Like the grocery store, let's go!
Yeah! KILLYJOY! They actually get a lot. 3 picks instantly. 2 players left for the side of Finest. Bunker only one alive. Scrap whatever I said. Scrap whatever I said.
Thrifty!
They do get a lot of things done. I think that might have been a KO flash in B link and KILLYJOY pushing that. Maybe a paranoia in B main. Few players pushing that and good pinch in out or outside
You blinked,
B.
didn't you?
Yeah, I
You
think I blinked. I think
I
I
think
blinked.
everybody blinked.
What just happened there? Heet getting their 8th round. Wow. Once again, going for save.
They're just doing the exact same thing from last round. Again, they're pushing pedal to the metal, flawless coming through.
What?
And
How is
they
this
want to
working?
close this gap.
How is this working twice in a row? I mean, I'm sure Finest didn't expect them to go for it in a gun round. KILLYJOY goes for it. Machina doesn't even get flashed by that flash drive. But KILLYJOY goes for it, doesn't even hesitate to go for a second one. There's 4 players waiting for you, but you know there's teammates pushing from B main. You have to be the one making that aggression, being that focus point that allows Heat's B main players to push and get those rest of those kills. What? 2 rounds in a row, exact same strat, and it works perfectly. And Heat is back into the game.
Yeah, this time Finest is expecting Heat to be doing it, but instead Heat says, you know what, it worked twice, it's not gonna work the 3rd time. We're gonna be playing this much more slower. We're gonna give Finest as much space as they would like onto B site, and then we're gonna be playing the retake. Yassine on switch is looking to connect the knife, does find Monstrum, but Waddle and KILLYJOY find one apiece themselves.
Kicks.
Kicks is up in Pizza, looking to catch them when the rotation doesn't quite connect the shot's location. It's gonna be completely revealed. They know where he is. Knife's gonna come out. This is gonna detect Ramoy. Flash coming through is gonna have to walk back to safety, but both of them have been completely flashed. KILLYJOY, though, he's wrapped around. He's ready for it. Ramoy finds one destructive come through with the trade, but he's now the last player standing. Paranoia. Gonna force him off a little, does find one, he's gonna go for the second, that connects, but Eccles is gonna be pushing through, he's gonna get the defuse, and now it's Heat that's in double digits as well.
Heat is absolutely bringing the heat. Eccles actually having to spam destructive through that box right there on the side. Destructive, how is he able to even get 2 kills right there? Just isolating these duels on the side. Look at how he does it. I think the dart just barely being destructive there, which brings the round to Eccles, but that could have been easily 1 versus 3 and Finest on match point. Heat almost evening out the rounds. 11-10.
Quick peeks now.
And Heat 1 away from even digits. Finest pretty much their last buy.
They have to win this if they want to stay into it. If they do, it's going to be match point. Heat, they want to be pushing this to overtime. If anything, they want to close out the next 3 rounds as quickly as they can.
I think one of the things that didn't really work out for Heat was playing passive, but now they're going for more aggressive pushes on main. KILLYJOY doesn't get caught.
Tagged. Gets tagged once, that's all. Eccles, however, he's used the commotion the Hunter's Fury caused to get into position behind them. Bunker, he's aware. He has the spidey senses, they're tingling. He knows that there could be something, but Yassine is also pushing up on mid.
You should run.
KILLYJOY ult's gonna come through. It's gonna give them the opportunity to go down for the plant, but that Hunter's Fury is gonna destroy it right away. KILLYJOY does get punished. There's only one on side, but Eccles, he's still not spotted out. Is gonna have to walk past the bot. Doesn't manage to connect the shot, and Destructive is gonna be rotating for Yassine. Phantom moment as he dinks him in 149. Yassine's gonna be living with just the skin of his teeth. Kicks. Gonna be able to come through. The flash is gonna blind Waddle, and now it's on Ramoy, but it's not enough. Match points secured for Finest.
Here.
Wow, that was a close one. That was a close one for Heat. If Eccles gets the kill on the destructive right, or on the kicks right there, that is a whole different round. That is basically Yasin played out of that situation completely. It's a 3 versus 2 on site. Yasin with like, what, 8 HP on spawn. It's gonna be tough, but Yasin still survives. Kix gets the first kill, and this has been one of the best parts of Finest gameplay. Kix's flashes gets a second kill right there. KILLYJOY actually getting the operator onto this round. And look at how Destructive is holding that A lobby. They don't want any pushes to be happen.
Would you say it's been their finest gameplay today?
I respect that. That is
Thank
actually
you.
a good one.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go for it, but I had to take it. They have to take the spike and go somewhere, but they're waiting.
Playing a slow default. Doesn't want to give anything away. That also means that he should be able to gain some ground. And look at KILLYJOY. Almost gets caught.
Does manage to get back to safety. Dash is not gonna be available. But Heet, they can't make any mistakes. It's match point for Finest. The smallest misstep is gonna cause on this map. It's gonna force us to go to map 3. But it will force Heet in maybe a scenario that they don't want to be in. They haven't lost as of yet. And Machina with the re-aggression. As he hears the reload sound cue, KILLYJOY is taken out.
Yeah, and look at these rotations. Coming all the way to B side. That leaves A side open. Kicks using the null command as well. A side, it is completely open. But what else? Takes out Machina.
Machina's no longer going to be a problem for the side of Heat, but they still have 4 other players to be dealing with as well. As the fact that time is ticking. The plant, it's being gone down. The spike is resting, taken away. The kick's going to be coming through with the molly, delaying anyone who decides to push through Garden. And this time it looks like the rest of the team wants to be taking a push from heaven. A couple of warning shots coming through. Yasin does connect his monstrums coming through with the trade, but Kix and Yasin, they're forced to be reckoned with. They secure the round, they secure the map for Finest, and they're sending us to map number 3.
Wow, that is just amazing fight for Finest. It looked like when it was on the 6-6 score and Heat went to the defensive side, looking at the stats that Heat has been playing, 74% of those defensive rounds that they have played, they have won. But all of a sudden, Finest turning up a notch, just getting insane picks. I have to, like, Remoy on Heat side was on fire the whole matchup. I'm not quite sure how many kills he ended up with, but probably like 25, maybe even over. But when Finest is coming with the whole team, it's really hard to hold these pushes, and their pushes were amazing. The executes, they were unstoppable on the side, and kicks with these amazing pop flash plays was really huge for Finest.
Yeah, Destructive also one of those players on the roster that has been doing so incredibly much, whether it's with the paranoia coming through and going for those peaks, letting his team go for the peaks, or just really clutching some scenarios that genuinely would be considered unclutchable. One of these plays highlighted in the replays as we speak, knows to go for the target selections, knows when to go for the pick and when to leave them, and that has been doing so much for the team. It's really allowed them to excel in some of these scenarios, because we said it last game, right? Finest, they get the numbers advantage. They have a 4v2, a 4v3, but Heat would still walk away with the win. Yes, we've seen it a couple of times this time around on Ascent, but on Split it was much more prevalent, it was much more present. So the fact that Finest were able to identify that mistake, clean it up, bring their performance back onto the second map, the third map is looking promising.
Yeah, absolutely. Finest looked way more composed in this map, and when they got those winning situations, they usually held that winning position, go together as a team. Sure, this last one was Machina got the first kill, then gave some pressure on B side, ended up dying, giving it to 4 versus 4, but that allowed Finest to delay that round long enough. But there wasn't, yeah, like you said, there wasn't too many of those situations where they were winning that round, but still managed to lose. He managed to bring it back, and I think that was one of the key parts for Finest. Also, Destructive popping off, actually dropping same kills as Remoy, almost same stats, little bit higher AC, yes, but yeah, amazing performance by Destructive and Remoy.
Yeah, both of these players has been so instrumental, whether it was on the attacking or on the defensive side. But genuinely, it came down as well to that util usage coming through from Remoy. Every single time that KILLYJOY ult, that lockdown was available, it would be used instantly. And sometimes there would be a Hunter's Fury coming through from Bankar to actually counteract it. But a lot of the times that wasn't available as of yet. So they were able to play off of that lockdown. And we saw the lockdown play as well coming through from the side of Finest, where they kind of trapped two players. They were able to get that defuse through. That was a little bit of a funny one, but all in all, both of these teams, they're going head to head. They don't want to lose to each other because we said it earlier on. You're only going to play each other once. If you make a mistake, if you drop 2 out of the 3 maps, you're going to be losing that point. And at the end of the day, we saw last stage as well how much 1 point can cost you. It's the difference between making it to playoffs and not. And if you do make it to playoffs, maybe you're not going to go into playoffs at first seed. Alliance last time around, they did. They went in first seed. They were the first one out as well. Excel, however, they were the 3rd seed going into playoffs, and they actually walk away with that spot. They go to the VCT Promotion Tournament. So these teams, none of them want to give in. None of them want to give up that 1 point, because at the end of the day, it's so incredibly crucial to get to your dreams. And Heet said it in that player interview. They want to get to VCT.
Yeah, absolutely. And this team is looking really, really good. Obviously, Finest shutting it down a little bit on this ascent. Next map is Bind, which is kind of 50-50 for both of these teams. Is Finest going to go for the Euro pick or Bunker? Maybe that could be a surprise once again.
No, not again. Not again.
Maybe, just maybe. I'm not sure if I would be happy or mad about the Euro pick. It didn't work out last time around. Sure, they have had so much time in between of those to work the Euro rule, maybe make some set plays, but I don't think they're going to go for it. And as you said, you only get this one shot to play against these teams. Yeah, if you reach playoffs, you can get the revenge, but you absolutely have to start winning right now. And this goes for both of these teams. They just need to put everything into that Bind and just focus up.
Yeah, and we're going to be taking a small break so we can focus up as well. We'll be back shortly with the 3rd map, and that's going to be Bind.